Hi, welcome to this week's episode. As you can see, we are in France, sunny France. Although I guess you can't see.
No, I was going to say, how are they going to know that? It's a surprise.
So we've been talking about it for months. So you'll all know that we were intending to come to France. We got our visas over the winter, and we are now here. We just checked in today. So those episodes are coming up probably in a few weeks. We are almost finished with the footage of coming down from Scotland, and we are going to just skip over winter. It wasn't a good winter, you don't want to see that. So here we are.
Yeah, enjoying the nice weather that we've got for a few days, hopefully.
And the baguettes. We had a baguette for lunch, best bread we've had for at least a year.
Croissants for breakfast.
Croissants for breakfast. Yeah, enjoying it so far. The sun always helps, obviously. Anyway, in today's episode, we last left you in Tobermory, making the decision that we were going to come south. This week we're going south.
Yeah.
Do you want to go into it?
No, I do.
Jude's forgotten what happens in this episode. So we are going to go from Tobermory. We went over to Loch Spelvey? No. Loch. The one opposite Tobermory.
Loch Sunart.
Went to Loch Sunart for a day.
Tried to go onto, they've got like one single pontoon there, and we thought, right, we've got one good day of weather, but at like 6 a.m. it was starting to change and build up, and we thought, oh, we'll try and get there, just do one night and then go back to Tobermory and sit out the storm, because we thought we'd have enough time. Yeah,
spoiler alert, the following day that pontoon was destroyed in the storm, so we had a lucky miss, but we did have a lovely sail up the loch.
Yeah.
Then we sail from there and start heading south. We go down to Oban and then through the Crinan Canal again because the weather was bad.
We stopped at Ardfern.
Stopped briefly at Ardfern, and I think we end this episode in Tarbert.
Oh yeah, sorry about all the dancing Dave's making it played, apparently, even though I'm rejecting it.
Yeah, so we got really lucky there. We saw the Live at the Loch festival was on, so we stopped in Tarbert for a few days and enjoyed ourselves. And then, sorry about any wind noise. And then next episode we will just dash all the way down the Irish Sea.
In between some bad weather.
Yeah, there's some pretty bad weather. Anyway, enjoy the episode and we will see you next time.
So it's about 7 in the morning, and we've got up early to head south. So we're currently in Kerrera near Oban, and we are planning on heading probably to Ardfern. We've got a few plans around that area. The winds dropped a bit today, although currently was forecast to be from the southwest, and it's definitely from the west. It's just east. So it's southeast. It was forecast to be from the south, and it's now from the east. It's also, we got up and went to the toilets, and it was a beautiful morning, and then as soon as we got back to the boat it started pouring it down. So we're currently getting dressed in all our wet weather gear and going to have to go and get wet slipping the lines, but we will bring you along on our passage.
Well, sorry for any background noise. The engine is on. We're having one of those bad days at sea today, so going down the Sound of Luing, inside of some islands on the way from Oban to Ardfern in Loch Craignich, and exceptionally heavy rain. It's not too bad windy, it's quite windy, and occasionally there's a massive gust and we end up peeled over. We've got the main up. We are also motoring because we're directly into the wind. Yeah, yeah, as we were coming into the Sound of Luing, I put the radar on because very low visibility, and noticed that the compass isn't working. The ship's compass was 10 degrees off. There's nothing near the compass down below, there's no electronics on near it or any of that kind of stuff, which is normally the culprit in these situations. So for now I've just readjusted the compass by 10 degrees and it's no longer showing us nonsense on the screen. The small boat icon in the middle was tilted off to the side by 10 degrees compared to our course over ground. So effectively that made none of it trustworthy, which meant that we were hand steering and looking into very low visibility. But it's better now. Exceptionally wet on deck. I'm gonna have to go back up. I just came down to use the loo, and yeah, another couple of hours of this, but at least we're not in Oban and Tobermory anymore. We've been there for so long, we just took the first weather window to get out of there. Yeah, but a lot of tide through here. We're doing 10 knots, and normally we would be going 5 knots at this number of revs, so shows you how much tide there is. And it's quite exciting. Lots of swirly bits in the water that are turning the boat. A minute ago we turned by 90 degrees with the autopilot on, so I quickly turned that off and took over. So yeah, an exciting day out at sea, but we're heading south again, and hopefully the weather will improve soon. We've had a month of this now. After sailing through the infamous Doris Moor, we stopped at Ardfern for a couple of nights to wait for suitable weather to transit the Crinan again. When we exited the Crinan Canal, we headed to Tarbert, where as luck would have it, the Live at the Loch festival was happening that weekend. The festival sees the small town of Tarbert transformed with live music at both the marina in a marquee as well as in the various pubs in the town. Street food is on offer with every type of food available, and the streets are lined with people enjoying themselves. We got settled into a berth and went to join the fun. Kes and Fiona from Aniela Moor, who we'd met in Strangford Loch, were also in Tarbert, so we teamed up with them for drinks on deck, followed by drinks and dancing in one of the many pubs with live music.
We have left Tarbert this morning, and we are currently on our way to Campbeltown, get the name right this time, where we'll hopefully then cross over to Bangor tomorrow. We are sailing. We do have the engines just gone into neutral, and we're just waiting for that to, well, no, I don't know what we're waiting for. It's in neutral. It will be off shortly, I think. We're just seeing how the wind is, because we're out of Loch and turning into into another sound, I think, and then we might be shielded by Arran, so we're not sure what the wind's going to do. So we may end up back to motoring, but here's some clips of us sailing. So the engine is off and we are starting to make our way back down south. So we've left Tarbert this morning and we are heading to Campbeltown for today, which is about a 5-6 hour passage, and then we will be heading down to Bangor probably the day after. We'll see where we get to, but at the moment we've got a good sail. Well, the sail's out and we're having a nice sail is what I meant then. Sorry.
Thanks for watching, and please join us next week when we continue sailing south. We have a rocky start out of Campbeltown, a detour to Troon before heading back to Ireland and down the Irish Sea. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode.